Hello viewers, welcome to KC Sharp, where we turn drafting skills into income. In today's section, we are going to look into how to join individual lines to become one. What I mean is lines that are dependent on themselves, lines that are splitted, lines that are different, they are not joined together, they are separate on their own. For example, something like this line is an independent line. This line is also an independent line. This line is also an independent line. So all of these lines are independent. They are not dependent on anybody. Reason is because they are being separated from each other. If you also come down here, you will also notice the same thing. This is a separate line. This is a separate line. This is also a separate line. This is also a separate line. So what we are going to learn today is how to join all these separate lines to become one. How to join this line, how to join this line, and how to join this line to become one line. Why moving down to explode means this explode we are talking about here is different from join. This explode means a line that is together. They are not independent, rather they are depending on themselves. Now let's click on it. This is not an independent line because they are merged together. They are together. They are moving together. If I should move these lines now, for instance, let's see. As you can see, they are moving together. So what we are going to learn today is how to separate this explode, this line here, this object here, how to separate them so that they will become independent on their own. Each line will separate and each line will be on its separate own. The same thing that happens to here is also the same thing in this object that we are seeing here. These objects, they are together, but what we are trying to do today is how to split them so that they will be on their own. So let's move down to what we have today. We all know that once you open your AutoCAD and bring in your new sheet, this is exactly where we are going to see. So the reason why I separated this join from explode with different color is because for us to understand what I am explaining here, like I said earlier, this is an individual line, a separate line that stays on their own, while this is a together line that are together. So while moving, whenever you're moving this line, all of them will move together. But this particular line, whenever you're moving one particular line, they are not moving together, as you can see. So that is the reason why this one is called join. So we are going to join them together to become one. While we are going to separate this one that are together to become separate lines, individual. So let's move in. So when you want to join your line, for instance, you're doing a work that requires you to join a line together, you don't need to start cracking your brain. This is the best and the easiest way to do. So for you to do this, you highlight these individual lines, you highlight them. Now you come down here, see where my arrow is pointing, modify under this ribbon, because I have talked about all this ribbon in our previous section. So you click here under this ribbon and you choose this join, you click on this join. Once you click on this join, you have automatically combined these lines. They are now together. They are no longer individual lines. So even if you don't want to follow that method, you can equally click here, click on this one, click on the line, depending on how many lines you feel like you want to join together to become a polyline. You can type J in your keyboard. Now it will pop up these options. You now click join. Once you click on join, you have automatically joined this line together. So the same thing goes to this object that is here. This object that is here, we can still make the same method by typing join, enter, then click the one after the other. But if you don't want to click the one after the other, this is what you need to do. Go back here, pick joint. Now you can see my small square. Just click on it and highlight this object. Once you highlight this object, I click enter. This thing has automatically separated. They are no longer together. So if you click here now, all of them now are together. Yes, all of them are together. Before it was an individual line, but now all of them are together. So let's move down to explode. Explode, like I said earlier, I said we are going to separate these lines to become an individual lines. Why this particular place is an individual lines that later become a joint line. So in this explode, what we need to do now is the first of all you need to do is either you click on this object that we are seeing here, it has been highlighted. Then you go down here, see where my arrow is pointing, which is showing us explore. You click on this explore. Now automatically they are now an individualized. They are no longer together. Let's check. Click on it. As you can see, they are now an individualized. They are no longer together. So the same thing goes this one. We want to separate these ones, let them be individual lines. So what you need to do, even if you didn't follow the first method here, you can go here by clicking on this explode, click on explode, then follow the same method you used during joins, highlight this particular object, click enter. Now they are now individual lines. As you can see, they are no longer together. They are now individual lines. So by so doing, I believe we are able to learn how to join our separate lines, bringing them together, and also our explode, the lines that are or an object that are together to explore them or to separate them to be an individual lines. So if you are coming across my channel for the first time, please do well to subscribe. And if you are serious about mastering AutoCAD and making money with it, please subscribe. I post practical tutorials every week. Thank you.